Welcome to Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. My name is CT Dice, and this is the CT Dice Sports channel on YouTube. And on Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, no odds or picks under odds of 2.5. High risk, high reward. We're going to start with a recap from last week. For last week, we're going to start from the NFL. The NFL is almost over. The Super Bowl is in about a week from now. It's between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. A quick recap here. Just a little something here on Josh Allen total touchdowns. Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. AFC Conference Championship game. Thought Josh Allen could have 2 touchdowns. That did not happen. Had just 0 touchdowns. James Cook for the Buffalo Bills did have the 2 touchdowns for the Buffalo Bills in that game. They lost 29-32. And in the other game in the NFL Conference Championship, basically in the NFC, you had the Washington Commanders lose to the Philadelphia Eagles 23-55. Big game on the ground. Saquon Barkley 3 touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts 3 touchdowns as well. We're going to go to the next recap, which would be in soccer from last week. A few games here from Saturday, January 25th and Sunday, January 26th. Today's date is Friday, January 31. When for this episode of Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. One game did come through in a big way. The other 2 games did not come through in the Premier League. But in the German League, we had Borussia Mönchengladbach at home versus Bochum. Look at Borussia Mönchengladbach won that game 3-0. Covering, winning by more than 2 goals and also scoring over 2.5 goals, 3 units out of 3 to score over 2.5 goals, 3 goals scored, and to win the game by a gap of 3 goals out of 5.5, 2 units on that. Man City versus Chelsea. Thought Chelsea could go away from home and win that game, score over 2.5 goals. That did not happen. And Fulham versus Manchester United. Fulham at home. Thought Fulham could win Manchester United at home, but that did not also happen as well. Manchester United won 1-0. Also earlier, Man City won Chelsea 3-1. And for soccer, good week here. 15 units placed, 20 units back, positive 5 units. And for the whole season so far, positive 50.46 units in soccer. So that's going really well. And the recap here for the NBA for January 24, Friday, January 24, 2025. Couple of games here. One game did come through in totals. New Orleans Pelicans at the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies were at home, 12-point favorites. They did win by over 12 points, 126-139 in favor of the Grizzlies at home. Halftime, they were down 71-62 halftime. So none of what we put on here for the Grizzlies did come through. They didn't win the first half by 13. They lost by 9. The full game, they won by 13, but they didn't go all the way up to 23 for the full game. Cleveland Cavaliers at the Philadelphia 76ers. Cavaliers lost away from home 129-132 to the Philadelphia 76ers. They were 10-point favorites away from home, total 228. So for the spreads, none of that came through. Halftime, they were leading 67-64. Did not win by more than 10 in the first half for Cleveland and did not win by over 19 in the full game. But for the first half, they scored over 66 points and scored over 125 points for the game. So that did come through 2 units each. So for the week, another good week in the basketball. 12 units placed, 16.8 units back, a positive 4.8 units. And now for basketball, it's been going terrific. Couldn't ask for any better. Positive 116.8 units, 0.8 units in the NBA for just this season. And we're going to go right into the picks. There's not going to be no NFL picks for this week. The Super Bowl comes up in a week, so next week's episode should have something from the Super Bowl. Kansas City versus Philadelphia Eagles for the Lombardi Trophy in the NFL. We're going to go to soccer here. Lots of picks for this week for soccer. German Bundesliga and the English Premier League. We're going to start here from the German Bundesliga games that I like here. Stuttgart at home versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. Borussia Mönchengladbach are favored, are underdogs out of 5 away from home. Stuttgart lost badly to PSG in the Champions League. I say Gladbach has a chance here to go away from home and get the win as huge underdogs. Union Berlin versus RB Leipzig. If you notice, I'm targeting these teams that played in Europe. Union Berlin are favorites at home versus RB Leipzig. I say actually they're underdogs at home versus RB Leipzig. I say they win that game out of 3 at home and also score over 2.5 goals out of 6.51 units to win the game. 3 units. And in the German Bundesliga, Bochum at home versus Freiburg. Freiburg are slight favorites, 2.5 away from home. I say Freiburg goes away from home, wins the game by over 1 goal, scores over 2.5 goals and over 3.5 goals. 3 units to score over 2.5 goals and 3 units as well to win the game by more than 1 goal. I think Bochum is a really bad team. They're at home, so they might actually play better in this game, but I say Freiburg is the better team, and they could easily just go into Bochum's home and beat them down. Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Man United playing in Europe at home here versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are underdogs out of 3.7. I say Crystal Palace wins the game, possibly for 1 unit to score over 2.5 goals in the game for Crystal Palace. I don't really. 2.5 goals might be difficult, but they could easily win Manchester United in this game at Old Trafford. And finally, Brentford at home versus Tottenham. Brentford are favored in this game at home. I say they win by more than 1 goals out of 3.5 and score over 2.5 goals out of 3.2. 3 units for Brentford. Brentford has been playing really well. Tottenham struggles defensively, so this is a spot that you could actually get Tottenham sleeping, playing also in Europe as well. And then finally, we're going to go into the NBA picks for January 31, Friday, January 31, 2025. A lot of these injury reports are not out in the NBA. The NBA is a very interesting place, but I would be going. The main game I'm going to be looking at here is the LA Clippers away from home at the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets have a lot of injuries. Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball probably is not going to play. Miles Bridges might not play. The last game that they played here on Wednesday, January 29, it was basically they lost badly, and it was full of what you could consider G League players. For the Charlotte Hornets, I say the LA Clippers win the first half by over 15, full game over 24, scores over 62 in the first half, and scores over 120 points for the full game for the LA Clippers. And for all the other games for Friday, I'm looking at a high-scoring Friday in the NBA here. Dallas Mavericks at the Detroit Lions. I'm going to be the game is set at Detroit, 1-point favorites, total over 228 points. I say first half, they score over 123 out of 4, 3 units, and to score over 238 for the full game combined out of 3.5, 2 units. Chicago Bulls at the Toronto Raptors. Raptors are 4-point favorites. Total set at 233 combined. I say they both combine for over 124 in the first half out of 4, and to combine for over 243 for the full game out of 3.5. 2 units. Boston Celtics are the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans suck. Boston Celtics don't cover a lot of big spreads. Pelicans have 11-point underdogs at home. Total at 231. I'm going with the total. Both teams to combine for over 123 points in the first half. I would have liked to isolate this to just Boston, but I'll go with both teams and the full game over 241 combined for both teams total. Denver Nuggets are the Philadelphia 76ers. Denver are favored by 9 points. 231 is total. Alternative first half to score over 123 combined and over 241 for both teams for the full game. So that will be for Friday, January 31, 2025. Doing great in the NBA. Hopefully that continues. Looking forward to the NFL Super Bowl. In about a week here, we'll have some Super Bowl content on the channel here on City Die Sports channel on YouTube. If anyone watching this, don't forget like, comment, share. Let me know what you think. I appreciate everyone that follows and actually watches the show. Thank you all. Don't forget to actually on your way out, subscribe, like, share. Peace.